Viewers have raised concerns over the development of Swarla's plot, even though they're excited about a significant step forward for the pair. Despite their delight at a major moment in Carla Connor and Lisa Swain's relationship, Coronation Street fans have voiced dissatisfaction with the way their storyline is unfolding. Loyal watchers of the ITV soap have long hoped for more screen time and depth for the duo, lovingly nicknamed Swarla, ever since the two characters embraced their romantic connection late last year. They've endured quite the emotional journey, dealing with Carla's medical struggles, the reappearance of her dangerous brother Rob Donovan, Lisa's late wife Becky's lingering presence, and challenges involving Lisa's daughter Betsy. In recent episodes, Carla and Lisa have worked to put the past behind them and present a united front. However, Lisa's counseling sessions have started to stir up old emotions, especially concerning her deceased spouse, Becky. Since freezing up during a robbery, Lisa has been assigned to administrative tasks at work and has been attending therapy, where she's begun doubting her capabilities, particularly following a troubling encounter with Brody Michaelis in prison. Earlier on, Carla rejected Lisa's proposal, believing it was made in the midst of grief after losing her close friend and police colleague, Craig Tinker. She turned Lisa down, explaining that she wanted their engagement to be driven by genuine love, not sorrow. Still, not long afterward, the couple decided it was time to move forward together and made plans to leave their flat and settle into a new home. While it hasn't yet been officially revealed whether Carla and Lisa will be moving into number 6 Coronation Street, vacated by Yasmin Nazir earlier this year, it's apparent that relocation is imminent. Upcoming spoilers confirm that Ryan Connor will lend a hand as Carla and Lisa pack up their belongings. During the process, he chats with them about his strange new roommate and living situation. Feeling sympathy, Carla listens while Lisa is clearly moved by the conversation. Not long after, Ryan shows up with his backpack, and Lisa reveals she's invited him to live with them, a gesture that leaves Carla emotionally touched. As the couple prepares for this fresh chapter, many Coronation Street fans have expressed frustration about the lack of build-up to their big move, particularly since Carla and Lisa haven't had much screen time recently. Coronation Street viewers predict Abby Webster's next move after shock Carl affair twist. Fans of Coronation Street believe they've figured out what lies ahead for Abby Webster, as her entanglement with Carl has escalated significantly. Viewers who closely follow the ITV soap are convinced they know what's coming next for Abby, whose affair with Carl has now taken a dramatic turn. As many will recall, Carl only made his first on-screen appearance in Weatherfield back in April, though he had previously been referenced by name. His introduction came after a minor accident in the Fresho's car park involving Abby Webster, unaware at the time that she was married to his half-brother, Kevin. Despite a tense first meeting, during which Abby angrily struck Carl, he quickly became smitten with the fiery mechanic. He even asked her out for a drink, but Aadi declined, reminding him she was married and her husband was undergoing cancer treatment. Although there was unmistakable chemistry between them, they initially went their separate ways. Aadi was later stunned when Carl showed up at the bistro, greeted warmly by Kevin and Debbie, who were thrilled to see their younger brother. From that point on, Carl relentlessly pursued Abby, even though she continued trying to remain loyal to Kevin. Sensing the growing tension between his wife and half-brother, Kevin made a desperate move to hold on to Abby. He falsely claimed that his cancer while treated hadn't been fully cured and that further medical intervention was needed. However, during Monday's episode, Tyrone Dobbs, who had discovered Kevin's lie, could no longer keep quiet. As Abby opened up about her fears that Kevin might die, Tyrone revealed the truth. Kevin's cancer hadn't returned at all. Furious and betrayed, Abby confronted Kevin at their home on Coronation Street. Kevin attempted to explain himself, apologizing repeatedly and insisting he was acting out of fear of losing her to Carl. Abby denied any affair and insisted nothing had happened between her and Carl before storming out. Soon after, Kevin confronted Carl, who had also learned about Kevin's deception, while Carl's own shady dealings at the garage were beginning to surface. Kevin was stunned to discover it had been Tyrone who had exposed his lie. Later, Aadi visited Carl and finally admitted her feelings, confessing, "You're all I think about." The two then shared a passionate kiss in the garage. Shortly after, it became clear the relationship had turned physical when Aadi was shown getting dressed, having spent the night with Carl. She told him things were over with Kevin. Following these explosive scenes, Coronation Street fans have taken to social media to share their predictions for what comes next, and many believe Aadi's about to find herself in a complicated mess. Coronation Street's Bernie Winter leaves fans stunned as they question new soap look. Coronation Street actress Jane Hazelgrove has been inundated with messages from fans after new photos of her in character as Bernie Winter surfaced. Jane, who portrays Bernie in the ITV soap, caught viewers' attention after the show posted behind-the-scenes images of her in costume, sparking a wave of admiration online. Soap fans will recognize Jane for her role as the spirited Bernie, a character she's played since joining the cast in 2019. Bernie was originally introduced as a fun-loving, free-spirited, old raver who still lived life by her own rules. However, some may remember that this wasn't Jane's first time in Corrie. She previously appeared in 1985 as Sue Clayton, the youngest daughter of Harry and Connie Clayton. Today, she's widely associated with Bernie, and it looks like big drama is just around the corner. Upcoming scenes reveal that Bernie is set to collapse on her wedding day to Dev Alahan, just as they're about to say, "I do." The week kicks off with Dev and Bernie enjoying their respective stag and hen do's. Bernie, keeping things simple, throws a modest bash at the bistro after managing to save cash by buying bargain suits for Dev and his son Aadi. But things take a turn when the hens hear that the lads have hired a pole dancer at the Rovers. Outraged, Bernie marches into the pub to confront them, only to find the scene is not quite what she expected. When the wedding day arrives, things begin to unravel. First, the quads fall sick and have to watch the ceremony via livestream with Joseph. Then Bernie, who's superstitious by nature, forgets her lucky locket that holds a photo of her late son, Paul Foreman. She rushes home to retrieve it, only to interrupt a burglar in the process. Back at the bistro, while guests wait for the ceremony to begin, Debbie Webster entertains the crowd with a surprise performance and drops a shock proposal on Ronnie. But will he say yes? Eventually, the ceremony is ready to start. Bernie, glowing and radiant, walks down the aisle toward Dev. The couple exchange loving glances, but just as they prepare to make their vows, Bernie suddenly gasps for air and collapses, leaving Dev and the guests in horror. Will their special day end in heartbreak, or is there still hope for a happy ending? Before the dramatic scenes air, the show's official social media gave fans a sneak peek at the Alahan household with fresh images of Jane in character. Alongside the pictures and a glimpse of the set, the Corrie team posted on Instagram, "It's all in the details. Huge shout out to our design and photography pros for always nailing the little things that make our sets pop. Special mention to Jane, looking absolutely brilliant. Did you spot the new pics in the Alahan house?" Co-star Sally Carmen Duttine, who plays Abby Webster, also chimed in, commenting, "This is magnificent." Coronation Street continues to air every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes also streaming on ITVX.